Welcome back to the Before AGI podcast. Today we're diving into AI and wildlife conservation.
Yeah, it's a really interesting area. Lots of cool applications.
It really is. I mean, we're talking about a planet with thousands of species on the brink.
Right. It's a biodiversity crisis.
Exactly. And AI is giving conservationists this whole new toolkit.
And it's already making a huge impact. Like there are an estimated 30,000 threatened species.
Wow.
And AI is being used to help save them.
So let's break down this AI conservation toolkit.
Sure.
What can you tell me about this environmental DNA?
Oh, eDNA.
Yeah, eDNA. I was reading about it. It's like this idea that you can detect a species just from traces of DNA in water or soil.
Yeah, it's like a fingerprint. You can tell what's been there just by analyzing the DNA they leave behind.
That's incredible.
It really is. And AI is helping to make it even more powerful.
How so?
Well, you can use AI to analyze these eDNA samples and pinpoint the presence of specific species, even in like really challenging environments.
So it's like this microscopic detective.
Sure. That's a great way to put it. It gives us this whole new level of insight into biodiversity and helps conservationists plan more effective strategies.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And speaking of tracking, AI is also doing incredible work in species identification and monitoring, right?
It is.
I was reading about the regent honeyeater in Australia.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful bird.
Critically endangered.
Yeah.
And their young are actually losing the ability to learn their songs.
That's right, because there aren't enough adults left to teach them.
Yeah, it's really sad. But AI-powered cameras and drones are being used to monitor these birds, right?
They are. It's giving us a chance to understand their behavior, their movements, and hopefully help them recover.
It's amazing how AI is bridging this communication gap between humans and the animal kingdom.
It really is. And it's not just about images either. AI can even analyze audio recordings.
Oh, wow.
Identify species by their unique vocalizations. It's like we're learning to speak their language.
That's fascinating. So we've got this ability to track and identify species in these new ways. What about protecting their habitats?
Well, that's where habitat mapping and restoration come in. And AI is playing a huge role there too.
Like how?
You can use AI to analyze satellite imagery and assess the health of entire ecosystems.
So we can see the big picture.
Exactly. And pinpoint areas in need of restoration.
Wow. And does AI just stop at identifying the problems? Or can it actually help conservationists choose the most effective restoration techniques?
No, it doesn't stop there. AI can actually help with that too. It can sift through these massive data sets of soil conditions, vegetation types, climate data, and recommend the most appropriate restoration approaches.
So it's not only making things more efficient, it's actually making the restoration efforts more effective in the long run.
Exactly.
And there are already companies doing this right.
Oh, yeah. Quite a few, actually.
I came across one called Conservation Metrics.
Uh-huh.
I know them. They're using AI to help researchers track wildlife conditions, distribution, and population trends. It's amazing how this technology is already being used in the real world.
Yeah, and what's really exciting is that it's not just about crunching numbers.
Okay.
It's about providing actionable insights, turning data into a lifeline for endangered species.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, but there's also this much darker side of conservation.
Oh, you mean poaching?
Exactly. Poaching. It's a huge problem, a fight against a global black market worth billions of dollars.
It's crazy. $23 billion, they say.
It's just devastating, driving so many species towards extinction.
And the dangers faced by the rangers trying to protect these animals are just immense.
Absolutely. It's a constant struggle, and often the poachers have the upper hand, but AI is starting to change that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are some amazing new tools out there.
Like what?
Well, one example is this system called PAWS.
PAWS?
Yeah, it stands for Protection Assistant for Wildlife Security. And it uses AI to analyze all sorts of data, topography, animal movements, even historical poaching data.
Wow. To predict where poachers are going to strike next.
Exactly. It's like giving the rangers a sixth sense.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So based on these predictions, what happens?
Well, PAWS recommends the most effective patrol routes.
So the rangers know where to focus their efforts.
Exactly. It helps them be in the right place at the right time.
And is there anything else that PAWS can do?
Well, it also uses game theory.
Game theory. What do you mean?
Basically, it makes the patrol routes less predictable. It introduces this element of randomness.
So the poachers can't figure out the patterns.
Exactly. It keeps them guessing, gives the rangers a tactical advantage.
Wow, it sounds like AI is really giving conservationists a fighting chance in this battle against poaching.
It is. It's a game changer.
That's fantastic. But, AI's potential goes beyond these direct applications too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What about the bigger picture challenges like climate change?
Well, that's a huge issue, obviously.
Yeah. How is AI helping us to understand and adapt to this global threat?
Well, climate change is a major threat to biodiversity, and AI is proving invaluable in helping us understand those complex impacts.
So how does it work?
By analyzing vast amounts of data, on climate variables, ecological factors, species distributions, AI can actually model how climate change will reshape ecosystems.
So it's like we're getting a glimpse into the future.
Exactly. We can see how climate change will affect different species and habitats, and that allows conservationists to plan.
So they can develop adaptation strategies.
Right. They can figure out which areas are most vulnerable and which species are at the highest risk.
It's amazing how this technology is helping us plan for the future of conservation.
It is. It's giving wildlife the best possible chance of survival in a world that's changing so rapidly.
And it's not just about the science, right?
No, it's not.
It seems like AI is also bridging the gap between scientific research and community involvement.
Oh, absolutely. Community engagement is vital for successful conservation.
And how is AI helping with that?
In a lot of ways. One example is that AI can be used to develop educational content about conservation, making it more accessible and engaging for wider audiences.
So it's about creating this global community of conservationists.
Exactly, raising awareness and inspiring action. AI can create these really amazing interactive simulations, virtual tours, personalized learning experiences.
Bringing conservation to life for people of all ages and backgrounds.
Yeah, and that's crucial for fostering the sense of shared responsibility for protecting biodiversity.
I love that. So we've got AI connecting people with nature, but I'm also curious about how AI is deepening our understanding of the relationships within these ecosystems themselves.
That's where Explainable AI comes in.
Explainable AI.
Yeah, we call it XAI for short.
Okay.
And it's all about understanding how AI models reach their conclusions.
Okay, because with traditional AI, it can feel like a black box.
Exactly. We don't always know how they're making predictions, but with XAI, we can look under the hood.
See the reasoning behind those predictions.
Right. Exactly. And that's really important when we're dealing with these complex ecological systems.
So it's about making sure that the AI is making predictions that we can understand and trust.
Exactly. We need to make sure our conservation strategies are based on solid science.
It really seems like AI is becoming a partner in conservation, helping us understand and protect the natural world in ways we never imagined.
It's a very exciting time to be working in this field.
Yeah, it's incredible to see this convergence of technology and conservation.
It really is.
Offering us hope in what can often feel like this really overwhelming crisis.
Yeah, it can definitely feel that way sometimes.
But as with any powerful technology,
Mm-hmm.
we need to be mindful of how we use AI.
Absolutely.
It's a tool.
Right?
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
That's true for any technology, really.
So how do we make sure that AI is used ethically in conservation?
Well, it starts with recognizing that AI is not a silver bullet.
Okay.
It's not going to solve all our problems overnight. It's a tool that needs to be wielded carefully.
With a deep understanding of the challenges that we're facing.
Exactly. We need to be aware of the potential biases in the data, the limitations of the technology, the importance of human oversight.
It's about using AI to augment our own abilities, not replace them.
Right. It's about collaboration.
And as AI continues to evolve, we need to be having these open and honest conversations about its role in conservation.
I agree.
What are the ethical implications? How do we balance the benefits with the potential risks?
Those are big questions.
They are, but they're questions we need to grapple with.
We do.
So this brings us to a really crucial question for all of us.
Okay.
As AI becomes increasingly integrated into conservation, how will it reshape our relationship with the natural world?
That's a really interesting question.
How will it affect our responsibility to protect it? Will it inspire greater action and stewardship, or will it lead to complacency?
It's easy to fall into that trap of thinking technology can solve everything.
Yeah, that technology is the answer.
Yeah. Right.
But it's not.
No, it's not.
AI can give us the tools, but it's ultimately up to us to use them effectively.
I couldn't agree more.
So to wrap things up, AI is proving to be a game changer for wildlife conservation.
It really is.
From tracking those elusive species to combating poaching to predicting the impacts of climate change, it's giving conservationists this incredibly powerful toolkit.
And these tools are not just helping us protect endangered species today,
Uh-huh.
they're helping us safeguard biodiversity for future generations.
And that's what it's all about, right?
It is.
It's about recognizing that we have a responsibility to protect this planet
Absolutely.
for ourselves and for future generations.
And AI can help us do that.
It can. So what do you think? How do you see AI shaping the future of conservation? What role do you think we all have to play in this new era of technological advancement?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. And for more deep dives into the world of AI, be sure to subscribe to the Before AGI podcasts.
And you can also check out Ian Ochieng's YouTube channel. That's Ian Ochieng AI for insightful tutorials and discussions.
He's got some great content over there.
He does. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep questioning.